We are day 4 of 30, rebuilding my brand completely in public. And I wanted to go through and walk through my artboard here of all of these bits of Blue Cyclops explorations that you're seeing here. And so a lot of this is basically coming from our sketches, coming from old ideas, old explorations. Let's do the first one here is this guy with the B and the C and Bob in it. This was one of my first little bits of exploration that I did, and it turned out really good. I really am pleasantly surprised. Is it the final version that we're going to use? Probably not. Excuse a little cowlick bump here on his head over there. But I think that this has some legs and it could easily be used for something. It's definitely not a primary mark by any means, but it definitely has some legs. And some other people were calling these out, Bob being inside of the actual bee and just like seeing him in one color versus having two colors. The typography on top of the silhouette, it just gives so much character. And one of my favorites is definitely these anamorphic shapes where we change the shape of Bob. We have the same eye, pupil, mouth, and everything in these. But this was actually a revelation that came up today. This was not something that was in my exploration yesterday. I got inspired by this little bit of exploration. This was something I did day 1, and I didn't really think anything of it. Then I started playing, okay, what about if we actually add Bob, add that little smile there to Bob and see like what it does. Instantly, it's elevating him quite a bit, right? Here's the before, and then here's like the after with this, like, I'm calling it a little like smirk, little smile with this little cheek line and everything. This instantly gives a lot more character in my mind than this right here. And it's just a simple update, a simple little edit for this. All right, I wanted to pause as a train was coming by, but I really like how this is looking. I like this, how this feels. Now, this definitely needs some work. It's not quite there just yet, but it adds a bit more character to Bob the Blue Cyclops. Another thing that we can also add is maybe like some sort of like eyebrow or something like that. Maybe it's not showing all the time, but it is something just to give him a little bit more expression, a little bit more character to him. So there's a lot of cool stuff that is in the works right now with exploring this. And some of the next things I'm going to be working on are badges and some hand lettering, which I did a little bit of lettering over here, mostly using a typeface that I completely edited and everything. But I think there's so much more that we can do with this, and I'm excited to see like what the possibilities are.